Hey, it's Drybear. Today I'd like to explain the daily rested experience system that exists in Lost Ark and talk about how you can maximize the rewards you get from it. I think this is a great topic for people who have limited time to play every day and can't keep up with having tons of characters and completing all of their daily efforts constantly. So let's go. But first, if you have any questions or comments for me, you'll find me live every day on twitch.tv/Drybear. Who knows? I might even be streaming right now. We'll start with a quick overview of the rest bonus system in Lost Ark. Simply put, the rest bonus exists for Guardian Souls, Chaos Dungeons, and Una Dailies. You'll see a bar on these activities that show how much rested bonus you have, and for every 20 energy, every segment that you fill up, you'll get bonus rewards if you go in and enter that. And the system is actually very simple. You have a rest bonus up to 100 max energy. When you have 20 energy, it fills up one of these segments. And when you have a full segment, you can consume that for a single entry to get bonus rewards. You have a system that for all three activities, Chaos Dungeons, which have 2 entries every single day, Guardian Raids, which have 2 entries every single day, and Una Dailies, which have 3 entries every single day. But they all function with the same system. For every entry that you don't complete that day, you will get 10 energy. And for all of them, you need 20 in order to get a bonus entry. So, for example, when it comes to Una Dailies, which is the odd man out here, you will actually get 30 bonus energy if you miss all 3 Una Dailies that day. But for Guardian Dailies and for the Chaos Dailies, since you only have 2 entries, that means that if you miss a full day, you'll get 20 energy for that day. And it follows that if you happen to do 1 Guardian and leave 1 undone, you will get 10 energy for that single entry you left behind, but you did do 1 of them. So it's a very even system. And the same goes for Chaos Dungeons. You have 100 Aura Resonance here, and you spend 50 every time you enter, and you get 10 energy for each entry, which means that if you end up leaving a full day's worth of chaos on the ground, you'll get 20 energy for that day at the end of the day. So since you're getting 10 energy per lost entry for all of these, and for Guardian Souls and Chaos Dungeons, you're getting 20 a day, and you need 2 entries for a day, that means that you get a full day's worth, or 2 entries, 40 energy on Chaos Dungeons and Guardian Souls every 2 days. Which means that if you miss a day of dailies on a character, you'll get back half the value. So it's not worth it if you're trying to do, cutting edge progress to miss days. It is always worth it to do the dailies instead of letting it go to rested. The rested system exists as a way for you to take inactive characters, or if you take an absence from the game, you can come back and get some value on catching up. And the odd man out is the Una Daily. Since you have 3 entries per day, it still is every 2 days because you'll get 30 energy for a missed day, 60 energy for 2 days, and then 60 divided by 3. That's 3 entries. So you will still get every 2 days half value for the Una Dailies. And the way you can take advantage of this system is by budgeting your time. So however many characters you want to play or have time to play, say that you have maybe 3 characters outside of this. So above here, you've got a whole bunch of characters that you're working on every single day. And then you have time to do 1 more character. So a 4th character or a 3rd character, whatever it is. What I would recommend is instead of doing just 1 character on the extra time slot every day, make 3 characters. You can build them up over time and get them caught up. But once you have 3 characters at a level you like, you can then start staggering their dailies. Say you only have, for this time slot here, say you only have an extra 20 to 30 minutes a day to play an extra character. So what if you just went on day 1 and you played character 1 and did their dailies and then logged off. And then on day 2, you went to character 2 and used that 30 minutes to play character 2, do their dailies and log off. And then day 3, you did character 3. And then day 4, you went back to character 1. So you only have time for 1 extra character, but you're rotating which character you play. And what happens here is because you know that it takes 2 days for you to get full rested on that character, you're waiting a full 2 days in between each character, which means that every time you're playing that 20-minute segment, you're getting double value on your daily efforts. while still only playing, you know, you're only having time for that one character. And this ends up working really well because it means that for chaos dungeons, since you're getting tradable crystals that you can give to your other characters, you're getting double of that every single day for the same time commitment. For the guardian rays, you're getting tradable leap stones, which is huge. You can end up trading those to your main characters for the same time commitment every single day. And for Una dailies, the biggest gain is going to be silver. Now, when you do an Una daily and you have rested, it will give you double value for everything except for the reputation. You cannot use rested to increase your reputation gain. It's always going to be hard locked at 10. That way it's, you know, it's time gated on how fast you can complete these reputations here, but it will give you double value on everything else. The roster experience obviously benefits your whole roster, not just the character that did it. Combat experience is nice to double. And then whatever honing material that you're working on, whether it's XP shards, leap stones, or crafting materials and honing increased chances, stuff like that. But what's cool is if you go back and you have these characters that you're not really focused on progressing quickly, or you're just playing them as alts or they're mules, you can just do the silver dailies, because this obviously silver is a huge gate for progress on your main characters. They need it to hone, they need it for a lot of things. So you can actually use this rotation of staggering your daily efforts between different characters, so that every time you do that time slot every day and you rotate your characters, and then you do the dailies that give you silver, you're getting double the amount of silver every day. The low paying dailies are probably the highest value, but there's plenty of them that have silver on them. You can imagine, you know, with like even just doing Tuki Island, or, you know, Lullaby Island, you can get between 20 and high 20,000 silver per, or you just do all three of the low paying dailies every day. And then you can get close to about 80,000 to 90,000 silver, depending on which ones you're doing every single day, by default. And then if you double that, you can push upwards of 160 to 180,000 silver every day for that one character that's just sitting there doing the dailies with the rested bonus. So it's kind of like this free bonus you're getting, or you can just use it to get bound mats on that character and eventually progress it if you're coming back to it at some point. Another cool trick is when you're doing your weeklies on that character, this one right here, the Guardian weekly that gives you leap stones. I love doing this with rested because unlike the others, like Chaos Dungeon weeklies, things like that, this one, the way the Guardian weekly works is it's souls harvested. When you have rested XP for your Chaos Dungeons, it'll just give you a little bit extra of the rewards at the end and along the way, so that you can actually just get more out of the Chaos Dungeon. However, when you get rested on Guardian Souls, when it drops a soul, it just drops 2 instead of 1. So you end up harvesting double for the Guardian Soul daily, which means for the weekly that says harvest 6 souls, if you have rested, that means you only have to kill 3 Guardians at 2 times effectiveness in order to complete this weekly. So what you can do is you can stagger the weeklies or the rested bonus on your characters. You can end up getting your Guardian Soul weeklies done very quickly on the characters that have rested, because you're harvesting double souls every time, which is an easy way to get bound leap stones on that character. You can get roster XP, maybe even get some lucky stones on this as well, or just some combat XP if you want. There's also an update coming that will allow us to see rested XP and track dailies and weeklies on this screen here, which is awesome. We have it in Korea, but we don't have it in the West right now. So once you have that, it'll be easy to check in on your rested XP, but you can kind of keep track of it in your head. Just remember, for every missed entry, you're getting 10 energy a day. So for Guardian, you're getting 20. For Chaos, you're getting 20. And for Una, you're getting 30 energy. And then every 2 days, you're able to get a full day's rested and then spend that on that character. And in my opinion, Lost Ark is a marathon, not a race. It's very important you just take your time with the game and just fit in the time that you have every day. I see a lot of people saying that they don't have the time to play that other people do. I can't fill out a full roster of 12 characters. There's no way I can do it. But the rested system, if you have multiple characters, is a good way to maximize your benefits there without having to play all of those characters every single day. And for every character you get and push to higher eye levels, the more value you will get out of that character, even if you leave them inactive for periods of time. The last thing I'll mention is that rested XP starts being accrued the second a character gets created. It doesn't you have to be level 50. You don't have to have access to your dailies. So these characters that I've created that are level 1, they haven't even chosen an advanced class. They will start accruing all 3 forms of rested XP, their Una dailies, their Guardian Souls, and their Chaos Dungeons. And you can use this to your advantage if you know a new class is coming out. You can just hit, make the character, leave it there, and you can just have it sitting there. Rested XP for me, please. And then while it's sitting here in your roster, without even having gone to Trixian, it is now accruing extra rested XP in all 3 forms. So if you leave this alone for 5 times 2, 10 days, it will have a full set of rested XP that you can use. So, for Lance Master, you can make a female martial artist and leave it. If you know that Destroyer's coming, you can make a male warrior and leave it. And then it'll build up that rested experience ahead of time. And that's all there is to know about rested XP. I hope this clears things up for some people and helps people better manage their time to get the most out of it without feeling like they have to do every possible thing in Lost Ark. Lost Ark is full of an excess of content, and it's not really reasonable for people to be doing all of it every day unless it is their job and they're doing content. And that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed yourself today, leave a like down below. You can support me and my work on Patreon and view Patreon exclusive content, link in the description. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.